Hey guys, Joe Warnick coming back in here with another battle replay. We're actually doing a Medieval Kingdoms 1212 replay today. On the battlefield we have the Teutonic Order and the Holy Roman Empire taking on an army of Duchy of Lesser Poland and the Kingdom of Bohemia. Let's get over some army comps real quick. So for the Kingdom of Bohemia, that is being commanded by Cassius V, or Cassius V. His general is Jan Zizka, and he is, where is he? Hi, there he is. Right up over here. Oh, sorry. Here is the king right here, missing his eye, looking absolutely fantastic, glorious here with his retinue. To continue on with his army, he also has 4 units of Hussite flailmen, 4 units of Pavy spearmen, 4 units of halberdiers, a unit of macemen. He's brought a culverin with him. He's also got a unit of macemen, 3 units of archer sergeants, 2 units of Pavys crossbows, 4 units of the Hussite war dogs, or dog heads, 2 units of light cavalry, 2 units of Bohemian knights, and he also has brought with him 2 units of the war wagons. He's got 1 set up on his side. Whole strew of forces all in between here for Bohemia and Poland. Let's get over onto the Poland side here real quick. He has brought with him 3 units of the Polish Knights. He's also got a unit of the Polish Great Banner of Krakow. Very nice looking units here. Very flashy looking cav here on the battlefield that he's brought with him. He's also brought with him 4 units of his Pavy spears. He's got 4 units of axes, 4 units of halberdiers, 6 units of dismounted junior knights, and 4 units of Lithuanian archers, and his general is the... Let's see if we can find him again. There's his general way back up over here in his rear line. He has brought a unit of King's Bodyguard here as well. Right there. There's the King of Lesser Poland here. So let's get over onto the other side of the battlefield. We'll go over the Holy Roman Empire here first. That is being commanded by Sir Peter Pineapple. He has brought with him 7 units of the sergeants, 3 units of pavisiers, 5 units of Genoese crossbowmen here on his front, right across the front here. He also has brought with him 2 units of the Swiss pikes. Here's 1. He's got another unit over here. Let's zoom in here real quick, just get some really good shots here of all of his units here. Here's some of his dismounted ritter. He's brought with him he has brought with him 4 units of that. He also has 4 units of his mounted ritter over here on the side, being backed up by 2 units of his pavisiers. He also has a culverin somewhere right here. There's his culverin. And we get to my army here. I'm commanding the Teutonic Order. My general is the Grandmaster's Bodyguard. Let's zoom in here real quick, get a look at him. He should be... believe this is him right here, yeah. So here is the Grand Master of the Holy Roman Empire. I had also brought with myself 6 units of the Samlindir Swordsman, 4 units of dismounted Ritter Bruder, 2 units of Haltbruder Halberdiers, 4 units of my mounted Ritter Bruder back over here. A couple of units of my dismounted Ritter Bruder are backing them up. I also have brought with me a culverin, and I have 2 units of the Prussian archers, and I also have 2 units of the Bürgerwehr Pavys crossbowmen. So, okay, well, without further ado, let's get this going here. I just want to throw this out there real quick so you guys are aware. I'm going to cut this part out once we, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys see later on in the battle. So right now it's just some more forces moving around. As you can see, some more of the forces of Bohemia over here, moving some of his dogs around, moving a couple of units of his halberdiers and a unit of his macemen over. Let's scroll in on his macemen real quick. I'm a big fan of macemen. Just, I don't know, something about smashing somebody's head in with a big piece of metal. It's always something kind of cool. I had my culverin firing away on some of his halberdiers here. They have not lost any men in that unit. Let's get over onto the other side, see what is going on with Holy Roman Empire and the Lesser Poland over here. My ally is moving up all of his cavalry, his 2 units of spears. He's actually moving up his entire army. His king is moving up as well. Crossbows out in front. We were, as you can see, they're hidden, so we were unaware. Just so you guys know, we were completely unaware of all of the forces that were in these woods. We knew that they had more forces. We assumed that they were in the woods here, but we didn't know maybe he had more forces over here, or maybe Bohemia had some more forces back over there, or onto this side here, or this little cluster of woods here as well. I am now starting to move up, as you can see here. I'm able to outline some of my units moving up. I'm moving up a couple of my units of the crossbowmen, some of my spears, and a couple of my 3 units of my Somlander swordsmen that were on this side. I'm holding a decent force back here in reserve. I also have kept my dismounted Ritterbuter here in the rear. My cavalry is soon to move up. I'm actually still moving my Culverine. I had taken a couple of shots, but I believe I ended up actually killing, I killed a couple of my own guys with it. So this unit has lost 5, and I think it was just that unit that got hit. So I ended up having to move my Culverine a little bit further over to hopefully get some better shots. Let's get back on over here. As you can see, my ally, the Holy Roman Empire, is getting closer to the woods here. He still cannot see these units here in the woods. He's starting to move up his cavalry. All 4 of his units of Imperial Ritter are moving forward. 2 of his units of Pavisiers are moving up to back them up. Still can't see these units yet. As you can see the little white eyeball there. We do have some more forces moving over into the woods here. We have a unit of the halberdiers moving over to reinforce the cavalry here and the spear units here. And here comes a first bit of engagement here. Unit of the Polish Knights charging into the Imperial Ritter here. Another unit charging into a second unit of Imperial Ritter here being charged by a second unit of Polish Knights. So combat is well underway on this side of the battlefield. More cavalry moving up. The 2 units of spears are now moving up as well. Imperial Ritter are moving in, probably going to try and get around, or maybe, yeah, he's probably going to try and cycle in around this unit of Polish Knights here. We do have some more of his volleys coming from his Culverine into his rear lines here, getting some shots in on the heavy axemen. Couple of dismounted junior knights. Actually, this unit has lost 15 men already. Big charge here coming in from Imperial Ritter into some of the Lithuanian archers. So, very nice charge here. Going to clear out a decent amount of this archer unit here. As you can see, they're already starting to waver. Second unit of archers is trying to run away. This unit of Ritter is being quickly followed by a unit of Polish knights. But they are taking some fire here as well from his crossbowmen that were here. We do have a unit of the Ritter over here that has already broken. So fighting is definitely underway on that side. My side and Bohemia's side was a little bit slower. We kind of moved up. We were kind of just trying to figure out what we were going to do. As you can see, I had moved up a couple of my all of my spearmen here, my 3 units of Samlander swordsmen, have moved up. I'm moving up my crossbowmen here also to try and get some shots off. I noticed that a lot of his archers are here in the woods, so I'm trying to get a unit of my Ritterbruder in to get some good charges in on them. I did not see his unit of spears here until the last second, so I was able to pull up on this charge just as they were about to make contact with them. I turn and I'm going to be able to get a charge into the side of this unit of Pavi's crossbowmen here. So that's pretty good charge here, but he is going to start immediately following in behind with a unit of his Pavi spearmen and a unit of his war dogs. Archers just letting loose with fire arrows, setting all of these trees on fire here. My Ritterbruder are doing okay. They're up to 51 kills here so far, but the dogs are now on them, so that's not going to be a very good thing. I also immediately followed that unit of cavalry, pushed up my other 3 units of my Samlander swords, starting to try and just bash into his lines here, using another 2 units of my halberdiers here as well, trying to get a big push in through the center here. My ally is still taking some shots. This unit seems to be obstructed here. He might have been trying to get some shots in on this Pavi's crossbowman. Let's get over here back into the Holy Roman Empire side with Lesser Poland. We do have just a big old fight going on here in the woods. spearmen, cavalry, just everybody in here fighting for their right to live, continue forward with their campaigns into separate countries. Crossbow's still getting some fantastic shots. As you can see, he's got 2 units of his sergeants here protecting this unit of crossbows. Let's get back over onto my side. My cavalry has now emerged out of the trees. Again, I cannot see these units here. So I did move my crossbows up, but one of his units, I think he had a unit of cavalry start coming out over here, and then he pulled them back into the woods back over there. So now he's starting to pull out one of his units of his Hussite light cavalry and a unit of his Bohemian knights. I'm going to return charge here with 2 of my units of Ritterburger, starting to move up my 3 units of swords here through the woods to meet up with any forces that he has. I can see that he's pulled all of his forces out of the woods here, but I'm just going to push up my swords here to try and catch them before they may get into my swords here. I'm also pulling a unit of my Ritterburger around. Going to see if maybe I can get a good charge in. My crossbows again are starting to let go with some more of their arrows. And again, here comes some more of these dog heads here, just coming right into a unit of my Ritterburger. Actually, the full unit, it's the men and the dogs all coming in on this 1 unit of Ritterburger, so that's going to be quite a fight there for them to have to deal with. Unit of his light melee over here is starting to break, which is a good sign for me, as I'm also pushing in 2 units of my heavy shock infantry. So I'm going to try and break this engagement over here and maybe start trying to pull around and get into his back lines. But as you can see, more of his units are coming out of the woods here now. He's bringing out some more of his archers. Actually, that's the only units of archers that I've been able to see so far. My Culverine is still getting off some pretty good shots, shooting into these couple of units of the macemen and the halberdiers that are coming in. I noticed them coming in, so I start pulling my horses away, but as you can see, they're already starting to waver. I did end up starting to have a unit of his halberdiers over here starting to break as well. Let's shoot on back over onto the HRE and Poland side, see how combat is going on over here. My ally has pushed up 2 units of his, 1 unit of his shock infantry. They are taking out this unit of Pavi spearmen. Pikes are in behind them, starting to just get, immediately broke. As soon as the pikes put their pikes down, that unit started to break. Another unit of his Pavi spearmen is starting to break here for Poland. So my ally on this side has pretty much taken this flank. He does have a unit of his Imperial Ritter in here, taking on a unit of halberdiers and Polish knights. So he's going to have to quickly get another couple units in there to help out. I started to lose some of my units here in the center, which was a little unfortunate for me. But I do have some of my heavier guys in here now. My heavier pole arms are in here. And another couple of units of my shock infantry will be coming in, just currently cutting their way through this unit of dog heads. I did end up having a big charge. Sorry, I missed it. I ended up getting a big charge in onto this unit of dog heads here, but my general is starting to get shot pretty bad by these 2 units of archers here. I started to win on this flank as well, so I ended up pulling one of my units of Semlander swords into this engagement here to continue helping out and trying to get them off this field here. One of his units of halberdiers has returned to the battlefield, just unleashing his two of his units of archer sergeants are just absolutely unleashing hell. Fire arrows all over the place, but it's kind of being a little bit of a detriment as well, because his macemen's morale have seriously dropped. This unit of dogs, his morale has dropped. So it's good that he's using the arrows to try and kill my general, but it's also, flame arrows is not usually it's not very helpful. I mean, it's going to drop the morale of my guys, but he definitely had a lot more soldiers there. So I'm starting to move up some of my Pavi spearmen here now to start trying to close off his side here, while I'm trying to make my push into the center here as well. My ally has moved up his entire front line into the woods here as well. He's starting to help me take over some of these spearmen here, the dismounted junior knights. So far we're doing rather well here in the center. Like I said, I did have a couple of units break, but they do come back to combat, and here they come running back into the woods. These 3 units of the Samlander swords had broken. Let's get back on over here to the other side. Still have the engagement going on. Actually, he's moving up a unit of his Pavi spears here, or Pavi seers, sorry, in to help out his unit of cavalry here against the unit of the Polish knights and the halberdiers here. His general has moved up over here, has 2 kills, so he was involved in some sort of combat. So we're making some really good pushes in here. This right here, the Hussite War wagons, these things are annoying. And I will just let you guys know this now. These things are so annoying, you can't kill them with anything unless it's... I guess you have to use artillery to kill them, because even flame arrows, you'll see, but eventually even flame arrows take forever. Absolutely take forever to kill those things. I mean, I took a quick look at it while we were fighting. I just got to remind myself here. Yeah, their melee defense is 115. Their armor is only 45, but they have a very high, very high morale as well. So they are very difficult to take out. So continuing on here, mercenary Genoese crossbowman here, still getting some shots in. Actually, he's pulling his units back away from the fight right now. He's still pushing in hard on this side, so I was very happy with my ally getting some really good work done on this side. He's pretty much just folded in this whole side of the Poland's right flank on this side. We do see a unit of the heavy axemen starting to move over here as well to get into combat with the dismounted Imperial Ritter here and a unit of one of the units of sergeants. So this should be a good. Let's get in on this charge here. Should be a good charge, as these 2 units are kind of showing their flank, but as you can see, his crossbowmen are just in a fantastic position, getting absolutely... This unit of heavy axemen is getting wrecked. Shots from behind, just absolutely killing them so quickly. Let's get on back over onto the other side here, see how well I'm doing. So I was able to break another one of his units of his cavalry here. He has pushed up a unit of his dogs, but the dogs are already out in combat, I believe. Let's see, are the dogs over here? No, he had already thrown his dogs out. Actually, his general is over here. His general, Jan Zizka, I guess. Sorry, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce some of these guys' names, as you've already heard. His general has been routed, but his general is still on the battlefield currently. I think I was trying really quickly just to try and get him to be completely gone. There are still 10 men in that unit, but I think he eventually does break. I have now pushed up 2 units of my spearmen over here, taking on a unit of his Hussite flailmen. And as you can see what I'm talking about right here, I have a unit of Pavis spearmen here taking on this Hussite war wagons, and they're attacking them. But if we stay over here for a couple of seconds, you'll actually start seeing the wagons just start getting pushed out of the way by my men here. So, yeah, like I said, very, very annoying, very irritating to try and take out this unit. That was also giving his archers back here just fantastic shots in onto my spearmen. So I continue pushing in here through the woods. I have another unit of my dismounted Ritterbruder, taking on another unit of his Pavis spearmen. One of my units of the Samlander swords has broken, but quickly I moved in another unit of my heavy shock infantry to start pushing into the Pavis spearmen again. Yet another unit of my heavy... This is my heavy pole arms. They're going to start moving in onto these spearmen, but spearmen immediately break. They want nothing to do with my halberdiers here. Let's get scrolled in here. Let's get some look here at the combat. So my ally has moved up a unit of his pikes. They are taking on a unit of the halberdiers here. Let's see how well we're doing. 131, 152, but they also do have archer backup, so his pikes don't really have that great. Yeah, their armor is 45, so but their missile block chance is only 25, so it's not. It's higher than some pike units, but it's not. It's still not that great of a missile block chance. Let's scroll on over on through the trees here. See how we got combat going on over here. His archers have moved up. They are getting some shots in, but they will start being charged by these 2 units of melee infantry here. He's pushed so far back into the lines back here for Lesser Poland. Look how far around he's already been able to make. This combat over here, over it is. Yes, this combat is finished over here now. Actually, one of his unit of Pansiers has just broken, so there is a unit of halberdiers in the woods here that Poland will eventually be able to pull back in for combat. And all of his crossbows now being completely chased down, being fired upon by the war wagons here. Actually, one of his units of heavy axemen is starting to break. I wonder if they're getting shot at, or... No, they caught themselves. Okay. So, now, as we were able to see just a couple of minutes ago, the My ally over here, Holy Roman Empire, did have a decent amount of troops, but he's pretty much been wiped off. I mean, he's got a unit of pikes here. He's got his 5 crossbowmen still. He's got a couple of units still here in the woods. But he's been... he did a lot of damage in that initial push. But I think this might be a little bit of a problem. I think he might be getting some friendly fire in on the backs of his pikemen here. And this unit of pikemen way over here, they're just getting lit up. I mean, there's archers right here just firing down on them as they're trying to chase down this unit of heavy axemen. So, I mean, you can't really. I mean, it's hard to cover everything. You have to pretty much have your head on a swivel the entire time. Now, on my side, I actually was able to push pretty well. I'm actually into his archers now, into the Kingdom of Bohemian's archers. So I'm doing a pretty good job. I'm actually pretty much I'm clearing out this whole backwoods on this side, and aside of the war wagon, yeah, the Kingdom of Bohemia is pretty much gone, except for his 2 units of war wagons, and I believe he has a culverine right over here. So I'm pretty sure that's all he'll have left. His general is dead. So yeah, I was able to rout off. I mean, I lost a lot of men. I lost a lot of units over here. I think by this point I may have had, let's check a quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had maybe 10 units left by this point. So half of my army was used to take out his army. So let's get back on over here, see what's going on. So his crossbows here are being charged in again by this heavy axeman, but they're going to break. Now, he's got no infantry left on this side, so he had to make a quick decision, and he's still pushing up a little bit further. He's trying to get some shots. Actually, no, he still does have this unit of pikes. I thought they had already broken. Pikes are now being surrounded, though. Units of dismounted junior knights are charging in from the rear. Halberdiers are still holding strong here. Actually, he brought no, it's just one unit. One unit of 2 units. Sorry, there are 2 flags there. 2 units of the dismounted junior knights now just absolutely cutting these pikemen down from behind, just absolutely killing them. Still have some fire coming in from his crossbows, though. So this is still good. I mean, he did break a unit of the dismounted junior knights on that side, so we're still doing work over here against Lesser Poland. My side is pretty much all wrapped up. I'm actually starting to move my units in. I have a unit of crossbows here and a unit of the Hussite flailmen that are I'm taking them on with a unit of my Pavi spearmen on this side. Now, I did charge a unit in. I was going to try and start coming over here to help him out. The King here of Lesser Poland wanted nothing to do with that and quickly came over and got rid of a unit of my heavy shock infantry. So now that I am aware that his general is over in this woods, I start moving up some more of my Pavi spearmen, more cautious, a lot more cautiously now. Like I said, I'm aware that he's over here, so I definitely don't want him to just start running rampant. And here again, so here was a bit of an annoyance for me as far as the war wagons were concerned. As you can see, I still have guys trying to fight the war wagons, yet I continuously keep trying to pull them away. And actually, I think it's one of the units of my spears. I forget which unit it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a unit of my spears over here. I keep trying to pull them away, and they keep coming back over here and starting to fight the war wagon again. So, and I think this unit of Prussian archers actually do the same thing. They just keep coming back over to the war wagons and trying to get into melee combat with them, and they can't kill them. I mean, still 16-16 on this side, and this war wagon over here, still 16-16 over here. So, now here comes my ally here, Holy Roman Empire. He's moving all of his crossbows around onto the flank that I'm pushing in on. I'm going to try and meet up our forces together to try and finish off whatever Lesser Poland has left at this point. We, again, still with all the eyeballs here, we're not sure what all they still have. We know that they do have a decent amount of infantry left. I wasn't sure how much, if he had any cavalry still hidden around, because I was fighting on this side, so I wasn't really sure how much cavalry or archers or anything like that he still had over there for Poland. Still have a unit here of the spears trying to come in again. I think they end up charging in and maybe breaking Or maybe, do we actually get combat here? I don't... No, they broke immediately. Okay. So once my spears started getting closer and closer, they ended up breaking. And again, here, see? This unit of archers just continues to come in and try and fight this Hussite war wagon. It was really annoying. It was really, really annoying. So, yeah, I would recommend if you guys do any battles and you have Hussite war wagons on them, if you're attacking the faction that has Hussite war wagons, bring artillery with you, because they won't break. They just take forever and ever and ever to break. My spears here now finally starting to get rid of this unit of the Pavis crossbowman over here, and I did end up moving 2 more units of my heavy shock infantry that were making their way over here after finishing off the rest of the archers that were over here. For a little while here, I ended up forgetting about this unit of Prussian archers, but I end up eventually seeing the dot over there on the map and grabbing them and bringing them back in. So I'm starting to push my archers up here now. I'm constantly trying to make sure that this unit of archers keeps moving forward. I'd rather them not come back. And here comes, see, spears. I did not tell them to attack. There's no red line here, but they just keep coming back over here. And actually, I'm just noticing now why. Because there's some of them stuck in the war wagon, so the rest of the unit is going to make their way back over here to try and help them, I guess. So hopefully my spearmen will be able to get out of here, and I won't have to continue to worry about this unit of spears running back away from lines of combat. My ally here has moved up his 4 units of crossbows. He's starting to get shot at here from the Culverine. But I believe, yeah, he's going to start getting some shots off into the Lithuanian archer unit here. Trying to get some kills. Another unit of the Lithuanian archers moving up. 2 units of Lithuanian archers moving up onto the Holy Roman Empire's crossbows. Kind of side, kind of flank. I mean, they will be able to get some shots off on them as their turn to run. Thank God they do have the big shields on their backs. So I am now I have broken my units into 2 parties, if you will. I have some of my spearmen over here, another unit of spearmen, and the 2 units of shock infantry on this side. My plan was to push in. I was to come out through the woods and push these guys out, and try and get these 3 units of swords on the these 2 units of swords on the flanks here. Let's just kind of stay in the woods. I know it's a little laggy, but there are a lot of dead on the ground, and there still are a decent amount of units alive. So I mean, this was roughly 16,000 on the battlefield. 15,500 men on the battlefield today. So, but the trees and the dead bodies and everything kind of help with the lagging. Poland is moving up a unit of his crossbowmen here, still getting fire off, now actually shooting into my spears and into my crossbowmen as my crossbowmen are trying to fire back. Continuously just slowly inching these units up onto the flanks of these Lithuanian archers. Sorry. Where's the general? There he is. His king was all the way back over here. Let's see what his king is up to. 371 kills so far for his general. My general is dead. 584 on this unit of shock infantry, 354 on this unit of shock infantry. So they've definitely paid for themselves up to this point. And as you can see, this yellow flag, I did end up seeing the Prussian archers at this point and started pulling them over, trying to get them over to be some sort of help. Now I'm going to try and take a risk here. I'm going to charge out this smaller unit of dismounted Ritterbrüder to try and get into the unit of Lithuanian archers before they make it back behind their front lines here. I don't think I ended up catching them here, but I did notice that one of his units of his junior knights, were wavering already. So I turned them, I believe I turned these guys and charge into the swords there, and I pull out the other 2 units that were on that side flank, unit of dismounted and the unit of spears, to come in and start trying to take on. Now I can't see, as you can see by the yellow eyes there, I can't see these units yet. They're still hidden. I mean, even though there's this unit of spears here that has chased back his Culverine team and his archers here, I still can't see that unit. So as far as I had thought, there was this unit, the unit of swords that have already broken, another unit of heavy axemen, maybe a sword unit here, and this unit of axes. Now I see this unit of halberdiers, but I've at that point I was already committed to making a move, so I just finished off the charge into some of his halberdiers here. I have moved up my crossbowmen. The Holy Roman, actually my ally, Holy Roman Empire, has moved 2 units of his crossbows around onto this side, trying to maybe get some flanking shots in onto these archers, or maybe some rear shots in onto these swordsmen here as well. So, man count here is, we have 1,400, a little less than 1,400. They are a little less than 1,100 here. We both did start off, they started off with about 600 more men than we did. Now here comes a problem. We're just going to keep an eye, we're just going to keep a little, we're going to take a little ride here with his general. Very soon his general, just let's get a look at what his general sees. What do you see my cursor at right there? A couple of units of crossbowmen here. There are some spears moving in, so I understand now why he was holding his general there. Actually, he's got 4 units of bows, 6 units, 5 units of bows right here that he could absolutely just come right in and destroy. But I ended up pulling up my last 2 units of spears in behind the crossbows to try and back them up. A unit of my dismounted Ritterbrüder did come back from routing. I think this unit of spears comes back as well. He's still got 2 units of his Lithuanian archers on this side, getting some pretty much point-blank fire onto each other here. These 2 units of crossbows and this unit of Lithuanian archers getting some point-blank shots in on each other. Still trying to get rid of this unit of dismounted junior knights here, and my units of crossbows and archers coming in. And now I'm charging in. This unit actually just... No, they're still there. They're still here. I'm charging in a unit of my halberdier Pavi spearmen to try and get that unit off the field, and I'm also moving in a unit of my dismount. Now, this was a little bit of a bad move on my part here, because now I've given this unit of archers back the ability to flank fire me or shoot me straight in the back here. So, but I'm trying to get this unit of junior knights off the battlefield. They did just break this unit. Now this unit is completely gone. Spear unit is completely off the battlefield. Thankfully, this unit of dismounted was able to get these knights off the battlefield. We have Poland here pushing up a unit of his halberdiers, and here it comes. Big charge in with the King's Bodyguard of Poland into this unit of crossbows. Fantastic charge. Just watch the numbers drop, and they're already starting to waver. I think they rout and break very quick. They're broken that quickly. Gone. And look at this just tasty morsel that this king has his eyes set on. I think he tries to get another little charge in on this, a rear charge onto this crossbowman unit, but he quickly changes his mind and notices that these units still have ammunition. So he changes his mind very quickly, comes over and starts hitting into my Pavi's crossbowman here. I turn a unit of my archers to try and turn and get some shots off. My Holy Roman Empire here is taking on a unit of halberdiers with his crossbows, and the lone unit from Bohemia, his Culverine team, is still running around. Are they still at 40 men? 39 out of 40. They actually got a good side charge in on my Pavi spearmen here, causing them to start to rout. So that was actually well done here by Cassius. Spear unit here starting to break. He has now, so the Polish king here has now broken 1 unit of my crossbows, starting to getting hits in onto one of my units of Prussian bows here. So yeah, this is not looking very good for us. I mean, we still have about 50 men more than they do, but I mean, with the charges, the cycle charges from this general, unit of my spears now routing off the field. The Holy Roman Empire crossbowmen here were able to break this unit of halberdiers, so they will be able to push in to the Culverine team, which will be good. Start trying to get more of their men gone. My Prussian archers over here and my lone unit of Pavis getting some really good shots in on the King's Bodyguard as they are trying to wrap up the units that my ally and myself have over here. General notices this, and actually the general just died. So that was such a sigh of relief my teammate, my ally, and myself had at that moment, that the general had died finally. But there's still, a big charge in again. Still 17 of them here, killing some of my Prussian archers, but we do have my 2 units of archers here getting some shots in on them, so they will eventually rout just like that. Crossbowmen over here for Holy Roman Empire now being volleyed into by this unit of the Lithuanian archers back here. Unit of Lithuanian archers and halberdiers have pushed in. And I think at this point, this was pretty much all that was left. So I had 1 unit of spears left, and my 2 units of archers over here, Prussian archers and Pavese crossbowmen. And my ally had a unit of Genoese crossbowmen that were out of ammunition, and another unit of Genoese crossbowmen that had a little bit, very tiny sliver of ammunition left, as you can see right there. Very tiny amount. So this was getting close. We were all talking to each other at this point, and it was pretty crazy. This battle was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with this. Now I'm going to let you guys know that once this battle is over, actually, we'll just keep letting it go. We still do have some combat going on. I'm getting some really great shots in onto these halberdiers here, trying to take them out before they're going to be able to get in close enough to get into combat. But unit of Lithuanian archers did make it into a unit of my Prussian archers here, so I'm trying to get my Pavese crossmen out of combat to maybe try and get some more shots in on the halberdiers. But Holy Roman Empire did move his unit of Pavese, a Genoese crossbowman over here. I think he starts getting some shots in onto the, yeah. Now the unit of Pavese crossbowmen that I had breaks. They do end up coming back. So this was where myself and my ally thought that it was over, thought that we were going to have no problem taking out this 1 unit of Lithuanian archers. But that's when we realized fully how much of a pain in the butt these war wagons are. As you can see by the time here, there's 19 minutes and 32 seconds left of this battle replay, and we have 1 unit against us, archer unit against us, I should say, and the 2 war wagons. So it took us roughly 15 minutes to get these 2 units of war wagons to break. So I'm going to cut out that 19 minutes of fighting, because it's literally just I come over and start shooting them with my flame arrows, and it still takes forever to kill them. He uses his unit of crossbows to go in and start trying to do melee damage to them. But as you can see, this is what the war wagons are. War wagons here, just a man in each wagon with a rifle, just taking shots. Lithuania is starting to pull his archers back. Poland is starting to pull his archers back. He starts using the wagons as a block against our archers here. So, and yeah, I'm just going to fast forward here, and I will pick back up where we get to the final screen here. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, so here we are coming back in now with the post-battle army breakdowns here. Let's get over my army first here. My general with only 60 kills here. Dismounted Ritterbuter, 675, 388, 234, 234. So really good showing here by my dismounted Ritterbuter here. My shock infantry did really fantastic. Pavese Spearmen, 6, 127, 147, and 114. Again, normal, just like any other spear unit from any other game. They are meant to hold positions and, keep units contained. Kills are, kills are good, but their spears have a job. Basically, their job is to hold units in position. Getting into my halberdiers here, 214, 160. My Samlander Swordsman, 78, 144, 123, 101, 88, and 46. 2 units of my Prussian Archers, 25 and 119. My Crossbowmen, 44 and 93. My units of Cavalry, 39, 88, 184, 2. And my Culverine with 116. Getting into the Holy Roman Empire, again being commanded by Sir Peter Pineapple. His general here with 48 kills. His shock infantry, 128, 187, 138. His spearmen units, 62, 125, and 35. His pikes, one did 63, the other 166, so pretty good, 50-50. And then we get into his swordsmen here, 6, 281, 36, 89, 25, 58, 45. His Genoese crossbowmen actually did really good. 252, 127, 285, 204, 202, and 104. And getting into his Imperial Ritter here, 457, 54, 128, and his Culverin with 68 kills. We get over on to the Kingdom of Bohemia's side, Cassius V. His general with 39 kills. Into his Flailman, 997, 25, and 39. Pavi Spearman, 24, 25, 40, and 57. Getting into his Halberdier line, 42, 83, 12, and 60. His unit of Macemen, 44 kills. Getting into his archers now, he's got 47, 11, and 46 on his archer sergeants. His Pavis crossbowmen, 9 and 40. Getting into his cavalry force, 11 and 1 for his Hussite light cavalry. Bohemian Knights, 227 and 32. And then his dogheads, 110, 156, 105, and 92. His Culverin, 134 kills, and those the two war wagons, I swear to God, 141 and 161. Those things are the most annoying things to fight on a battlefield. And to final off, we have the Duchy of Lesser Poland being commanded by Tsar. His general, 613 kills. Absolutely fantastic showing here. We actually were talking about it, and I was surprised that my shock infantry had actually gotten more kills than his general did, but still fantastic job there. Getting into his shock infantry here, 265, 232, 123, and 127. His spearmen, 21, 0, 48, and 14. Getting into his halberdiers, 75, 54, 204 for this one, 181 for this one. Junior Knights, 240, 54, 61, 141, 135, and 8. His archer crew, his 4 units of his Lithuanian archers, 17, 140, 243, and 0. Finishing off his army with his Polish Knights, 50, 107, 86, and the Great Banner of Krakow with a total of 81 kills. Guys, that was a really fun battle. I hope you're enjoying the content that I'm putting up on my channel. If you are, please make sure to give this video a like and a comment. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also, just as a reminder, I am part of the Backseat Generals. That is myself, Gorm Mjolnir, and Lord Ellington, or Ellington Total War. I will make sure to put their links down in the description below. Talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.